Hello! We're officially live. Happy Spoopy Ween, everybody!
Hello, Halloween!
Are you able to read that?
Yes.
Nice. So I don't have to do anything with it. I can just leave that now.
I can read
Except
it.
for pressing play. It's the last thing I need to do. So tonight's movie, because we're doing this in the evening as opposed to the morning like I normally do it, because it's Halloween!
Woo!
And it's also Tori and I's anniversary. She hasn't killed me in a whole year. Somehow.
Somehow, yes.
Somehow we've managed to survive. So we're doing Night of the Living Dead, which is a zombie classic, the original zombie film in terms of like what everyone knows is a zombie these days. The flesh-eating, massive horde zombies rather than just the voodoo. Yeah, Archie, come on. Just get on the pillows and stop. You are not coming up. Let's start the movie. Hopefully the volume is at an okay level. Yeah. An Image 10 production. For some reason I love the fact they start the movie with this exceptionally long shot of this car driving down a road. This is one of the longest shots of a car coming from the background to the foreground I've ever seen, if not the longest. Come on, Chester, don't. Night of the Living Dead. Do you want to have a guess where they're driving to?
The place where they're gonna die.
What would that place be, though?
Oh, a cemetery?
Good guess.
Is that right?
You're correct. You're completely correct.
Why are you banging so loud?
Because it's spooky.
It's annoying.
It's perfect for Halloween. It's like almost like a thunderclap.
No, go away.
And it's accompanied by a light flash because it opens and then it goes poof when it closes. It's perfect. It's because we can't do this at night because it doesn't get dark here till like, 3 in the morning.
No.
This movie was made in a time where like just about every movie was coming out in colour. It was I'm pretty sure it was a style choice to film it in black and white. Ended up being an effective one, I think. This is also what I would consider to be like the ultimate public domain movie. But it's only public domain by accident.
How long until they actually get out of the car?
We're only 2 minutes in. Give them another. The movie goes for an hour and 35 minutes, right?
They ought to make the day the time
So
changes
another
the
3 or
first
4
day of
minutes.
summer.
What?
Well, it's 8 o'clock
5
and it's still
now.
light.
A lot of good the extra daylight does us. Now, we've still got a
Well,
3-hour
it's
drive
7
back.
o'clock.
We're not going to be home until after midnight.
Well, if it really bugged you, Johnny, you wouldn't do it.
You think I want to blow Sunday on a scene like this? You know, I figure we're either going to have to move Mother out here or move the grave into Pittsburgh.
She can't make a trip like this.
Oh, you know that she can't. Is there any of that candy left?
No.
Look at this thing. We still remember. I don't. You know, I don't even remember what the man looks like.
Johnny, it takes you 5 minutes.
Yeah, 5 minutes to put the wreath on the grave and 6 hours to drive back and forth. Mother wants to remember, so we trot 200 miles into the country and she stays at home.
Well, we're here, John, all right?
Might as well do it.
Back on? Oh. Ladies and
Hey,
gentlemen, we're coming back on the air after an interruption due to technical problems.
Dun, dun,
That was ominous. Come on, Buddy Holly. Get moving.
There's nothing wrong with the radio. Must have been the station.
Which row is it in?
They all look the same.
It's true, they do.
Well, there's no one.
Do you reckon anyone showed up while they were filming and was like,
Gotten up earlier.
"How dare you film a zombie
Every half
movie
an hour sleep.
in a graveyard? That's
Why would you
disrespectful."
complain just to hear yourself talk? There it is.
I wonder what happened to the one from last year. Each year we spend good money on these things. We come out here and the one from last year's gone.
Well, the flowers die, and the caretaker or somebody takes them away.
Yeah, a little spit and polish, you can clean this up. Sell it next year. Wonder how many times we bought the same one.
Yeah.
Hey, come on, Barb. Church was this morning, huh?
Uh-oh. More people? Here's a conversation you don't want to have. Who are you here to see?
Hey, I mean, pray in some
Boys.
church, huh? Come on.
I haven't seen you
Give
in
them
church
yours.
lately.
Nope.
God, if you go in and out of that bedroom.
Not much sense in my going to church. Do you remember one time when we were small, we were out here? It was from right over there. I jumped out at you from behind the tree.
So what's your
and
favourite
Grandpa
horror
got
movie
all
you've ever
excited
seen?
and he shook his fist at
No,
me and he said,
what's
"Boy,
wrong
you'll
with
be
you?
damned to hell."
His favourite spooky anything.
Remember that?
Oh,
Right over
another
there.
bloody clue.
Well, you used to really be scared here.
Johnny,
I like 28
You're
Days
still
Later.
afraid.
stop it now. I mean it.
Yeah,
They're
Johnny, you
coming to
butthead.
get you, Barbara.
Stop it. You're ignorant.
They're coming for you, Barbara.
Stop it. You're acting like a child.
They're coming for you. Look,
Has he not
there
realized
comes
there's
one of
something
them
in the
now.
background?
He'll hear you.
Here he comes now. I'm getting out of here.
Johnny. Oh, no! No! Johnny! Help me!
Said you're right, you butthole. Johnny gonna turn into a zombie.
Five. Oh,
Go on.
Rick Johnny.
Don't look back, just run, get in the car, leave.
Get out of here! Get out of here! Oh,
You've done nothing.
ow, my other ankle! Yeah, just ditch the shoes. Uh-oh. What are they gonna do?
Uh-oh. Smash.
Barbara, run! You gotta give the movie credit. In less than 8 minutes, something has already gone horrifyingly wrong. If that isn't straight to the point. It's deceptive too, because the first like 2 minutes is just a car driving. And then a boring like minute-long graveyard thing where they're
Oh,
like...
you stupid cow.
Yeah, that was dumb. So when he said they're coming to get you, Barbara, maybe he knew. Look, there's one now, and it was one of them. Oh no! Oh, there's her third ankle. All three of her ankles are
You
hurt.
have no shoes now. You got no reason to trip over.
Except for the fact that she's a spooked. She's so spooked.
Go.
That was intense. But now we're in a house instead.
The zombie house?
Not yet. But they're gonna try and break in at least. You know the whole trope of board up your windows?
No.
That's from this.
There's nobody here.
Bunch of aminal heads.
That's not a person.
Uh-oh.
Damn liar.
I'm a zombie, I don't know how stuff works.
Can't forget that night.
This movie spun off into two separate continuities. One of them went the comedy route, and the other one was a bit more serious. Silly old man.
There's more.
Hey, bros. You don't want to come and break into this house? Yeah, upstairs. You're definitely safer upstairs. Oh no!
Why would you then go outside?
Well,
It's all right. Don't worry about him. I can handle him. Probably be a lot more of them as soon as they find out about us. The truck is out of gas. This pump out here is locked. Is there a key? We can try to get out here if we can get some gas. Is there a key? I suppose you've tried this. Do you live here?
She's horrified. What horrible things has she borne witness to?
Jeez.
Ah!
We've got to get out of here. We have to get to where there's some other people. Maybe we better take some food. I'll see if I can find some food.
I'm full of sketty. Thanks for offering though.
Yeah.
There was a lot of sketty.
Why are you touching the wall?
So one of the cool things in this movie for me
Oh, you stupid woman.
is that she absolutely loses her mind. She speaks very little for the rest of the movie. She suffered a severe trauma, and yeah, she never gets over it.
What's happening?
How do you think it's happening?
What's happening?
Uh-oh.
Two of them. There are two of them out there. Have you seen any more around here? I can take care of those two.
I don't
I know you're afraid, but we have
I
to.
don't know! I don't know! What's happening?
Brains. Thud.
My friend.
So this is where the whole destroy the brain, destroy the ghoul comes from as well. Pretty much everything that is a modern zombie movie started here. And the guy who made this also went on to make The Crazies, which is basically where the running zombies come from. Uh-oh.
Get up, you crazy lady.
Uh-oh. See, he's clearly seen some shit. Because he's just like, whatever, I'll bash their brains in. Oh no. He can't fight without his weapon.
And not one spatter of blood on his clothes.
Yeah, it was, what, the late 60s? I think extreme gore probably wouldn't have flown back in these days. Oh god,
Why does
no.
nobody close doors?
I think he was too preoccupied with trying to kill the zombie.
You're in trouble.
Yeah, it's safe to say that they're in a bit of shit.
They know we're in here now. Don't look at it.
Why not?
Because she's already fucking messed up.
Yeah, have your friend.
Here you go, present. Like fire. They have an advantage.
Get some more lights on in this house.
Yeah, get the lights on, and that'll repel them.
I'm gonna hold my one knife.
That's all she's gonna need, right? Nails.
Why don't you see if you can find some wood, some board, something there by the fireplace, something we can nail this place up.
How about a please?
How to get your ass into gear?
Look, I know you're afraid. I'm afraid too. But we have to try to board the house up together. Now, I'm going to board up the windows and the doors. Do you understand? We'll be all right here. We'll be all right here until someone comes to rescue us. But we'll have to work together. You'll have to help me. Now, I want you to go in and get some wood so I can board the place up. Do you understand? Okay? Okay?
I wonder who that picture's of.
The guy that's dead on the floor upstairs?
No. Could have been his wife upstairs. Could have been his wife. Or his son. Brother.
Yeah, it's so creepy.
Yeah. She's lost it. She has lost the plot. And, you know, as I said, from memory, she never finds it. It's gone. When it comes to fight or flight, she takes the third option. Roll up in the corner. Cover her ears with her hands, shut her eyes and say, "No!" Like me when I play Phasmophobia and I know the ghost in hunt mode. Just go to the corner, duck down, and just be like, uh-uh. Yes, the noise is annoying, lady. It's finally kind of helping a little bit, maybe, but not really.
Not that strong.
Yep, because those 3 nails will hold
What
it.
you can find. Yeah, this room looks pretty secure. If we have to, we can run in here and board up the doors. Won't be long for those things be back pounding their way in here. They're afraid now.
Because you set one of their friends on fire?
They're afraid
Yes.
of fire. I found that out.
Exactly.
Okay.
You know a place back down the road called Beekman's? Beekman's Diner?
So, does Johnny come back at all?
Yes.
As a zombie?
Yes.
Anyhow, that's where I found that truck I
Did she
have
kill
up
him?
there.
No.
Oh.
There's a radio in the truck. I jumped in to listen to it.
As I said, she never
The big
regains her
gasoline
senses.
truck came screaming
In
right
fact,
across
she
the
has
road.
no use for the rest
There
of
must
the
have
movie.
been 10, 15 of those things chasing after it. Grabbing and holding on. Now, I didn't see them at first. I could just see that the truck was moving in a funny way. And those things were catching up to it. The truck went right across the road. I slammed on my brakes to keep from hitting it myself. It went right through the guardrail. I guess the driver must have cut off the road into that gas station by Beekman's Diner. It went right through the billboard, ripped over a gas pump, and never stopped moving. By now it's like a moving bonfire. Didn't know if the truck was going to explode or what. Still hear the man screaming. This thing is just backing away from it. I looked back at the diner to see if there was anyone there who could help me.
Zombies.
That's when I noticed that the entire place had been encircled. There wasn't a sign of life left except by now there were no more screams. I realized that I was alone with 50 or 60 of those things just standing there staring at me.
Standing there.
I started to drive. I just plowed right through them. They didn't move. They didn't run or just stood there staring at me. Just wanted to crush them.
Crush them.
So did I. I think he and I would get along just fine.
Yeah, like bugs.
We were riding in the cemetery. Johnny and me. Johnny. We came to put a wreath on my father's grave. Johnny and he said, "Can I have some candy, Barbara?"
Did he say that?
We didn't have any. And oh, it's hot in here. Hot. And he said, "Oh, it's late. Why did we start so late?" And I said, "Johnny, if you'd gotten up earlier, we wouldn't be late." Johnny asked me if I were afraid. And I said, "I'm not afraid, Johnny." And then this man started walking up the road. He came slowly, and Johnny kept teasing me and saying, "He's coming to get you, Barbara." And I laughed at him and said, "Johnny, stop it." And then Johnny ran away. And I went up to this man, and I was going to apologize.
Why don't you just keep
He
calm?
didn't really go up to
And I
him. He
looked
kind of
up,
just walked towards
And I
you.
said, "Good evening." And he grabbed me.
She's making
He
shit up.
grabbed me. And he ripped at me. He held me and he ripped at
And he
my
ravaged me.
I
Oh,
think you should just calm down.
Oh,
Yeah, now he's like, I wish you'd shut up. You should have stayed silent.
Oh, help me! And he wouldn't let me go. He ripped. And then Johnny came and he ran and he fought this man. And I got so afraid. I ran. And Johnny didn't
What about
come.
Johnny? What happened to Johnny?
We've got
Johnny's on the ground
to wait
somewhere.
for Johnny.
In the graveyard.
Yeah.
Just down the road.
Maybe we better go out and get him. We have to go out and get Johnny. He's out there. Please, don't you hear me? We've got to go out and get him. Please! We have got to go get Johnny! Please help me! Please!
Don't you know what's going on out there? This is no Sunday school picnic.
Don't you understand? My brother is alone!
Your brother's dead.
No! My brother is not dead!
Poof! Right in the kisser.
Yeah, she deserved that.
Sleep it off, princess.
Now she'll be quiet for a while while I finish boarding up the house.
Uh-oh. Looks like we're not getting much on the radio machine.
Because
Oh,
of
wait.
the obvious threat to untold numbers of citizens, and because of the crisis which is even now developing, this radio station will remain on the air day and night. This station and hundreds of other radio and TV stations throughout this part of the country are pooling their resources through an emergency network hookup to keep you informed of all developments. At this hour, we repeat, these are the facts as we know them. There is an epidemic of mass murder being committed by a virtual army of unidentified assassins. The murders are taking place in villages, cities, rural homes, and suburbs with no apparent pattern
Yeah.
or reason for the slaying.
They use some pretty strong language in this.
Explosion of mass
Not in terms of, like, you know, curse words or anything like that. But some of the words they do use, it's like, wowie.
Some say they appear to be in a kind of trance. Others
I think you
describe
missed the
them as
nail a
being
few times there, mate. Oh boy.
So, at this point, there is no really authentic way for us to say who or what to look for and guard yourself against.
Fuck.
Misshapen monsters. Reaction of law enforcement officials is one of complete bewilderment at this hour. So far, we have been unable to determine that any kind of organized investigation is yet underway. Police, sheriff's deputies, and emergency ambulances
Because
literally
everyone's
deluge
dying.
with calls for help. The scene can best be described as mayhem. Mayors of Pittsburgh,
Mayhem.
Philadelphia, and Miami, along with the governors of several eastern and midwestern states, have indicated the National Guard may be mobilized at any moment, but that has not happened as yet. The only advice our reporters have been able to get from official sources is for private citizens to stay in their homes behind locked doors. Do not venture outside for any reason until the nature of this crisis has been determined and until we can advise what course of action to take. Keep listening to radio and TV for any special instructions as this crisis develops further. Thousands of office and factory workers are being urged to stay at their places of employment, not to make any attempt to get to their homes. However, in spite of this urging and warning, streets and highways are packed with frantic people trying to reach their families or apparently
Packed
to
with
flee just
frantic people.
We repeat, the safest course of action at this time is simply to stay where you
Get him. Be careful you don't burn the whole house down.
Oh, run away from the fire.
that the president has called a meeting of his cabinet to deal with the sudden epidemic of murder which has seized the eastern third of this nation. The meeting is scheduled to convene within the hour. Members of the presidential cabinet will be joined by officials of the FBI and the joint chiefs behind
I want a bit more over that door, if I'm going to be perfectly honest with you.
No, it's plenty.
You reckon?
Also from National Press
Yeah.
Services in Washington, D.C.
Are you still alive over there?
The emergency presidential conference, which we've just mentioned, will include high-ranking scientists from the National Aeronautics and Space Administration. That's the extent of this latest meeting.
Oh no, there's a door behind the door.
The FBI, the Joint Chiefs of Staff, and scientists from NASA within the hour. All radio and TV stations from this part of the country, including the one to which you were listening, have joined their facilities in an emergency network to bring you this news as it develops. We urge you to stay tuned to radio and TV and
So
to
what's
stay
gonna happen?
indoors at all costs.
I'm assuming a zombie's gonna come in from behind that door.
Tell of frightened people seeking refuge in
Gonna
churches,
try and
schools,
get it.
and
We've already
buildings,
had
and
those.
and protection from the wholesale murder, which apparently is engulfing much of the nation. Law enforcement forces are at a loss to explain or, even at this hour, even to theorize about the reasons for this wave of murder. So far, the advice they're able to give the public is somewhat
It's a bit exhausted.
tell the people, for God's sake, to get off the streets. Tell them to go home and lock their doors and windows up tight. We don't know what kind of murder-happy characters we have here.
Murder-happy
characters?
So far, the only description
What kind of murder-happy characters are we?
Not murder-happy characters?
Well, I'm a luchador with a Nosferatu Scooby-Doo shirt on.
Yeah.
Do you reckon these would fit me? No.
Nah.
If I tell her they're shoes, she might want some. I want them for me. I want the shoes. What's this?
Yeah, gun.
Wow. But where's the ammunition? We need some ammunition for this weapon.
Use carefully.
Or don't. It's a zombie apocalypse, you know?
You don't want to run out.
Do what
Like
you
you can
got
just
to
go
do.
down to the store and get more.
Well, I mean, if the owner of the store is a zombie,
I found a gun and some bullets out there. Oh, and these.
No apologies for punching her.
fuck no, you said it yourself, she deserved it.
Well, yeah, but she's
place is
probably
boarded
going.
up pretty solid now.
Somebody should probably,
We gotta be alright here for a while.
Somebody should probably, you hit me?
Well,
That's probably what she would say, because she's gone
Yeah,
nuts. She's lost her
exactly.
mind.
Sooner or later, someone bound to come and get us out.
sure.
Sure, Mac. Sure.
Hey, that's us. We're doing all right.
Any suspicious strangers, and keep tuned to your radio and television for survival instructions and further details of this continuing story.
Look, I don't know if you're hearing me, but I'm going upstairs now. If anything should try to break in here, I can hear it from up there. I'll be down to take care of it. Everything is all right for now. I'll be back to reinforce the windows and doors later. But you'll be all right for now, okay? Okay.
Where's Johnny?
Civil defense officials
Go-
in
go
Cumberland
Johnny.
have told newsmen that murder victims show evidence of having been partially devoured by their murderers.
You're right, it is a weapon. You cheated though, you've seen it before.
Only a few times. I didn't remember that though. That's not a particular thing. This body is so... It's not very memorable to me. But now I probably will remember it now that
So obviously a
we've had
zombie
this
ate
discussion.
her face.
Yes, I think
nothing
that's
else.
the... Yeah. The real
I mean
question
that
is,
there's already a zombie in the house.
it may have left. I think my headcanon is that the one that was chasing him out of the graveyard is the husband.
Consistent reports from witnesses to the
That's
affected
not
couple
a fact or
as
anything.
though
I don't think it
they were
ever
in a kind
says
of
that,
trance
but that's just what my
for killing
headcanon
and
is.
eating
That's
their
what I've
victims,
made up.
prompted authorities to examine the bodies of some of the victims. Medical authorities in Cumberland have concluded that in all cases, the killers are eating the flesh of the people they murder.
Eating the flesh.
Repeating this latest bulletin just received moments ago from Cumberland, Maryland, civil defense authorities have told newsmen that murder victims show evidence of having been partially devoured by their murderers. Medical examination of victims' bodies shows conclusively that the killers are eating the flesh of the people they kill.
I'm tired.
And so this
You don't have to sit here
incredible
for the whole
story
thing.
becomes more ghastly with each
You need to
report.
go to
It's
bed.
difficult to imagine such a thing actually happening, but these are the reports we have been receiving and
Door
passing on
behind
to
the
you.
door.
Reports which
Uh-oh.
have been verified as completely as is possible in this confused situation. It is happening, and it would appear that no one is safe from this wave of mass murder.
Oh wait, they're actually people?
People!
It's people!
More survivors.
Don't shoot! We're from town.
City,
A radio.
County, Pennsylvania. The Butler County Sheriff has verified that reports of murder victims being partially eaten by their slayers is true. No further details available at this time. However,
How long you guys been down there?
You need some drugs.
Some help.
That's the cellar. It's the safest place.
You mean you didn't hear the racket we were making up here?
How are we supposed to know what was going on? Could have been those things for all we knew.
That girl was screaming. Sure, you must know what a girl screaming sounds like. Those things don't make any noise. Anybody would know somebody ever needed help.
Look, it's kind of hard to hear what's going on from down there.
We thought we could hear screams, but for all we knew, that could have meant those things were in the house afterward.
And you wouldn't come up and help.
Well, if there were more,
The racket sounded like the place was being ripped apart. How were we supposed to know what was going on?
Now, wait a minute. You just got finished saying you couldn't hear from down there. Now you say it sounded like the place was being ripped apart. It would be nice if you get your story straight, man.
All right, now you tell me. I'm not going to take that kind of a chance when we got a safe place. We luck into a safe place, and you're telling us we got to risk our lives just because somebody might need help, huh?
Yeah, something like that.
all right, why don't we settle this?
Look, mister, we came up, okay? We're here. Now I suggest we all go back downstairs before any of those things find out we're in here.
They can't get in here.
You got the whole place boarded up?
Yeah, most of it. All but a few spots upstairs. They won't be hard to fix.
You're insane. The cellar's the safest place.
I'm telling you, they can't get in here.
And I'm telling you, those things turned over our car.
They're gonna get in
We
there,
were
aren't they?
damn lucky to get away at all. Now you tell me those things can't get through this lousy pile of wood?
His wife and kids downstairs. The kids hurt.
Well, I still think we're better off up here.
Get a zombie.
No, just
Let's
us.
strengthen everything up, Mr. Cooper.
With all of us working, we could fix this place up in no time. We have everything we need up here.
We can take all that stuff downstairs with us. Man, you're really crazy. You know that? You got 1,000,000 windows up here. All these windows, you're gonna make them strong enough to keep these things out, huh?
I told you those things don't have any strength. I smashed 3 of them and pushed another one out the door.
Did you hear me when I told you they turned over our car?
Oh, hell, any good 5 men can do that.
That's my point. Only there's not going to be 5 or even 10. There's going to be 20, 30, maybe 100 of those things. And as soon as they know we're here, this place is going to be crawling with them.
Well, if there are that many, they'll probably get us wherever we are.
Look,
Yeah.
the cellar.
Butthole.
The cellar, there's only one door, right? Just one door, that's all we have to protect. Paul and I fixed it so it locks and boards from the inside. But up here, all these windows, why, we'd never know where they were going to hit us next.
You got a point, Mr. Cooper. But down in the cellar, there's no place to run to. I mean, if they did get in, there'd be no back exit. We'd be done for. We can get out of here if we have to.
No.
And we got windows to see what's going on outside. But down there with no windows, if a rescue party did come, we wouldn't even know it.
Windows.
The cellar
Window.
is the strongest place.
What's a
The
window?
cellar's a death trap.
I don't know, Mr. Cooper. I think he's right. You know how many's out
Yeah,
there?
Mr. Cooper.
Maybe 6 or 7.
Look, you two can do whatever you like. I'm going back down to the cellar, and you better decide. Because I'm going to board up that door, and I'm not going to unlock it again
Yep,
no matter what
and
happens.
we're gonna board it up from the outside so you can starve in there.
I've
Well,
made
that's
my
just
decision,
rude.
now you make yours.
Now, wait a minute. Let's think about this. We can make it to the cellar if we have to. And if we do decide to stay down there, we'll need some things from up here. So let's at least
Yeah, Mr.
consider
Cooper,
this
you listen to
part.
me.
If you box yourself in the cellar and those things get in the house, you've had it. At least up here you have a fighting chance.
Well, there's a couple of them.
Yeah, it looks like about 8 or 10 out there now.
It's more than there were. There are a lot out back, too.
They're multiplying. Oh dear.
being fingers off.
You gotta do something. Don't lose the gun, you fool.
You shot me.
I'm gonna write a very sad song about this later.
It's all right. It's all right.
Harry.
You're pulling on my mask.
No.
That's disrespectful to do to a lucha. Of which I am not one.
Blow his brains out.
Got him! Zombie butt.
Found out.
What's that?
Under 500 characters.
Ah.
We gotta fix these boards.
You're crazy.
Nope.
Those things are going to be at every window and door in this place. We've got to get down into the cellar.
Every window?
No.
Damn cellar, get out of here!
Yeah. Nope.
I'm taking the girl with me.
Leave her here. Keep your hands off her. And everything else that's up here, too. Because if I stay up here, I'm fighting for everything up here. And the radio and the food is part of what I'm fighting for. Now, if you're going down the cellar, get.
The man's insane. He's insane. We've got to have food down there. We've got a right.
This is your house.
We've got a right.
You going down there with him?
Well,
Yes or no? This is your last chance. No beating around the bush.
Is that the baby?
Listen, I got a kid down there. She can't possibly. I couldn't bring her up here. She can't possibly take all the racket and those things smashing
the
through
dog?
the windows.
Well, you're her father. If you're stupid enough to go die in that trap, that's your business. However, I am not stupid enough to follow you.
Might have just been
It's
coughing.
tough for the kid that old man is so stupid.
He's not crying
Get
yet,
the
so...
hell down in the cellar. You can be the boss down there. I'm boss up here.
You bastards.
Archie. No.
Bastard.
I mean it.
Mr. Cooper, with your help, we can.
With my
There you
help.
go. It's the maximum amount of
Mine
those
is
you
made
can
up.
take.
Just let him go.
Pillows, please,
Wait a
Archie.
minute.
If you bark, I'm gonna kill you.
Judy, come on up here, honey.
You'll be a zombie dog for Halloween.
Arch.
Let them
Please.
get hurt too, huh?
It's all right.
Oh, he's grumpy.
If we stick together, man, we can fix it up real good. There's lots of places we can run to up here. Mr. Cooper, we'd all be a lot better off if all three of us were working together.
Hey, kid.
But where's Johnny?
He's wrong, you know. I'm not boxing myself in down there.
Are you sure?
Well, we're safe now. It's boarded up tight.
What about Tom and Judy?
They want to stay up there, let them.
Let 'em.
There are two other people upstairs, a man and a girl.
Screaming.
Yeah, but I didn't know who they were, and I wasn't about to take any unnecessary chances.
Of course not, then.
Is she all right?
I don't know what it is. She feels warm. Maybe it's shock.
Where'd you get the bandage?
Some laundry in a basket. I tore a sheet.
Let them stay upstairs. Let them.
Yeah. Let
How many
him.
ways those monsters can get in up there? We'll see who's right. We'll see when they come begging me to let them in down here.
That's important, isn't it?
What?
To be right, everybody else to be wrong.
What do you mean by that?
Does anyone up there know why we're being attacked?
Whatever it isn't just happening here. It's some kind of mass murder. It's going on everywhere. Radio system.
Radio?
It's a mass
radio
murder.
upstairs. I heard a news bulletin.
There's a radio upstairs and you boarded us in down here?
I know what I'm doing.
What did it say?
Nothing. Nothing. They don't know anything yet. There's mass murder everywhere, and people are supposed to look for a safe place to hide.
Take the boards off
Come
that
on the
door.
streets of
We are
Colorado.
staying down here, Helen.
Harry, that radio is at least some kind of communication. If the authorities know
Take
what's
the
happening, well, they'll
damn boards
send
off
people
that door now.
to tell us what to do. How are we going to know what's going on if we lock ourselves in this dungeon?
You know,
We may
if
not
we were in the
enjoy living
situation and you said that to me, it wouldn't even get that far, really, would it? It would more just be like, oh, well, she said she wants to go up.
Those people aren't
Right.
enemies.
I am going up
Guess
there
we're
now.
going up.
Mm.
Let's go up. Tom? If Judy would come downstairs for a few minutes, Harry and I could come upstairs.
Will you do it? Look, honey, nothing's gonna get done with them down there and us up here. Do this for me.
Yeah.
Okay, open up.
I'll take good care of her, Helen.
You bloody better.
She's all I had. Why don't you go upstairs now?
Such an angry man.
Sure is. And she's such a crazy lady.
Hey, give me a hand with this thing.
I gotta go help Ben with the television.
There.
No, just you play with your little doily, it's fine.
Have another cigarette.
Don't be afraid of me. I'm Helen Cooper, Harry's wife.
This place is ridiculous. Look at this. There's a million weak spots up here. Give me one of those.
He's not exactly wrong.
Her brother was killed.
Talk about these windows. I can't see a damn thing. There could be 15 million of those things out there. That's how much good these windows are.
Open the door and throw him out.
Why don't you do something to help somebody?
Yeah. Tell him.
Here, I have it. Drag a couple of those chairs together.
There's a socket over here.
You better watch this and try to understand what's going on. I don't want anyone's life on my hands.
Is there anything I can do?
I don't want to hear any more from you, mister. If you stay up here, you take orders from me, and that includes leaving the girl alone.
It's on, it's on.
There's no sound. Play with the rabbit ears.
Reports, incredible as they seem, are not the results of mass hysteria.
Mass hysteria. What do they think? We're imagining all this?
Shut up!
In all
Yes.
parts of the country. The wave of murder which is sweeping the eastern third of the nation
He's
is
just under a lot of
committed by
stress.
creatures
He's a dick.
who feast upon the flesh of their victims. First eyewitness accounts of this grisly development came from people who were understandably frightened and almost incoherent. Officials and newsmen at first discounted those eyewitness descriptions as being beyond belief. However, reports
Beyond
persisted.
belief.
Medical examinations of some of the victims bore out the fact that they had been partially devoured. I think we have some late word just arriving, and I'll interrupt to bring this to you. This is the latest disclosure in a report from National Civil Defense Headquarters in Washington. It has been established that persons who have recently died have been returning to life and committing acts of murder. A widespread investigation of reports from funeral homes, morgues, and hospitals has concluded that the unburied dead are coming back to life and seeking human victims. It's hard for us here to believe what
Good thing we're not humans, right?
He's like, ding ding, Johnny might be alive.
When this emergency first began,
Homo
radio and
sapiens.
television was advising people to stay inside, behind locked doors for safety. Well, that situation has now changed, and we're able to report a definite course of action for you. Civil defense machinery has been organized to provide rescue stations with food, shelter, medical treatment, and protection by armed National Guardsmen. Stay tuned to the broadcasting stations in your local area for this list of rescue stations. This list will be repeated throughout our news coverage. Look for the name of the rescue station nearest you and make your way to that location as soon as possible.
So we have that truck. If we can get some gas, we can get out of here.
There's a pump out by the shed.
I know, that's why I pulled in here, but it's locked.
Called this afternoon by the president. Since
We
convening
need
this
to get the
conference,
key.
the presidential cabinet, the FBI,
You
Joint
can't
Chiefs of
just
Staff,
break
CIA
in.
has not produced any public information.
I don't know.
Why
I don't know how
are
they work.
space experts being consulted about an earthbound emergency? So far, all the betting on the answer to that question centers on the recent Explorer satellite shot to Venus. That satellite, you'll recall, started back to Earth, but never got here. That's the space vehicle which orbited Venus and then was purposely destroyed by NASA when scientists discovered it was carrying a mysterious high-level radiation with it. Could that radiation be somehow responsible for the wholesale
Good
murders
job,
we're now
space
suffering?
people.
Newsman
Can't trust
Don
him.
Quinn in Washington has posed those questions.
It's obvious our best move is to try to get out of here.
How are you going to get over to that pump?
Look.
You're coming from a meeting regarding the explosion of the Venus probe, is that right?
Yes, that was the subject of the meeting.
You feel there is a connection between this and the phenomenon?
There's a definite connection.
In other words, you feel that the radiation on the Venus probe is enough to cause these mutations?
There was a very high degree of radiation.
Well, just a minute. I'm not sure that that's certain at all. I don't think that has been
logical
irrefutably
explanation that
proved.
we have at this time.
In other words, it is the military's viewpoint that the radiation is not the cause of the mutation.
I can't speak for the entire military at this time, gentlemen. I must disagree with these gentlemen presently
Why
until
not?
until this is
Because he hasn't spoken to every single person in the military.
Why not? Can be done.
That's a
What
lot of
else have you
people
been
to talk to. You're gonna have to like send out like a paper that
Professor,
says
you feel
what
that there
you
is a
think's
definite
causing.
connection between them.
Definite connection as far as Dr. Keller and myself.
Doctor, please. I thought we decided that is not proved yet.
Was the satellite, when the satellite was exploded?
Unusual amount of radiation, enough to cause mutation under certain circumstances.
Could have happened.
Have a bearing on it.
It does seem to have a bearing.
Will there be a
You
reply?
alright?
Got to pee.
There will be a reply.
Yes.
Later this afternoon. There will be a report this afternoon.
Perhaps there will
Yes,
be a report,
yes.
a more
Later.
full report.
We are doing everything possible to solve the problem.
There'll be a report. Eventually.
Hoping to get some further explanation of this.
We've heard all we need to know. We have to try to get out of here.
He said the rescue stations have doctors and medical supplies. If we could get care in there, we could get help for her.
Romero is one of the world's foremost authorities on space science and technology.
Willard. I saw a sign that said Willard.
It's only about 17 miles from here.
You know this area. You from around here?
Judy and I are both from around here. We were on our way up to the lake to go swimming. And Judy had a radio, and we heard the first reports about this. So we knew the old house was here, and we came in and found the lady upstairs dead. Then these other people came. We went down into the basement and put a bar across the door, and it is pretty strong.
How could we possibly get away from here? We've got a sick child, 2 women, 1 woman out of her head, 3 men, and the place is surrounded with these things.
They got this place surrounded.
Your entire staff, I know, has been working very hard to find some solution to these things that are happening. Do you have any answers at this time?
Yes, we have some answers. But first, let me stress the importance of seeking medical attention for anyone who's been injured in any way. We don't know yet what complications might result from such injury.
How bad has your kid been hurt?
Lying down in front of the food water bowl.
Is it empty? Do I need to go fill it?
Look, you go down there and tell him.
I have no
Judy?
idea.
Yeah, you tell Judy to come up here and you stay with the kid, all right?
I don't remember the last time I filled it up.
At the university, we had a cadaver from which all 4 limbs had been amputated. Sometime early this morning,
Oh, sorry,
it
ouch.
opened its eyes and began to move its trunk. It was dead, but it opened its eyes and tried to move.
They want you upstairs. Did she ask for me?
She hasn't said anything.
I don't understand.
Baby.
It's Mommy.
I heard. I'll come back down as soon as I find out what they want.
Thank you, Judy.
The body should be disposed of at once, preferably by cremation.
Well, how long after death, then, does the body become reactivated?
It's only a matter of minutes.
Minutes? Well, that doesn't give people time to make any arrangements.
Oh, you're right. It doesn't give them time to make funeral arrangements. The bodies must be carried to the street and burned. They must be burned immediately. Soak them with gasoline and burn them. The bereaved will have to forego the dubious comforts that a funeral service will give. They're just dead flesh and dangerous.
You're gonna need to find some bed spreads or sheets to tear up into small strips, okay? Is there a fruit cellar here?
Yes.
We need some bottles or jars. Ready? Molotov cocktails. Hold them off while we try to escape.
Hey, there's a big can of kerosene down there.
I'll see what I can find.
I'll look for the bottles.
There's a big key ring down there. There may be a key to the gas pump on it.
I'll check.
You can toss the cocktails from the window upstairs. Meantime, a couple of us can go out and try to get the gas. You can come back with the rest of the people.
But that'll leave a door open someplace.
Yeah, that's right. You better be this door. That's closer to the truck. Before we go out, we'll put some supplies behind the cellar door. While we're gone, the rest of you can hold up in there.
I found some fruit jars in the cellar. And there's a key on here that's labeled for the gas pump out back.
I'm not really that used to the truck. I found it abandoned.
I can handle the truck, no sweat.
You're it, then. You and I'll go. We'll put whatever lumber we find behind the cellar door. You can go upstairs and toss the cocktails from a window. Tom, you and I will have to unboard this door. After you toss the cocktails, you hustle back down here and lock this door. It's no good to board it up because we'll have to get back in quickly. After we get the gas and get back into the house, then we'll worry about getting everybody into the truck. Now let's move it.
There are no place to flee for safety, except to the rescue stations which have been set up. Indications are that before this emergency is over,
On your pillows, please, Chester.
many more such rescue stations.
Many, many more.
You always have a smile for me. How can you smile like that all the time? How many do you have done? Come on, honey, we gotta move.
Tom, are you sure about the phone?
The phone is dead out. All you get is a recorded message.
If I could only call the folks. They're going to be so worried about us.
Everything will be all right. As soon as we get to Willard, we'll call them. They might even be there.
I know. Tom,
Oh, so sad.
are you sure we're doing the right thing?
Oh, so sad.
Oh, what is that about?
She wants to call the folks.
Television said that's the right thing to do. We've got to get to a rescue station.
I don't know.
Come on, honey. You're starting to sound like Mr. Cooper now.
Why do you have to go out there?
Look, I know how to handle that truck, and I can handle the pump. Ben doesn't know anything about that stuff.
But we're safe in here.
For how long, honey? We're safe now. But there's going to be more and more of those things.
I know all that.
I might quickly run off and get myself another beer.
When we had the big floor. Remember how difficult it was for us to convince you that it was right to leave.
What do you think he's getting?
Remember
Have
we
they
had to
had
go
their
to
treat?
Willard then? This isn't a passing thing, honey. It's not like just a wind passing through. We've got to do something, and fast.
I just don't want you to go out there, that's all.
Hey, Smiley. Where's that big smile for me? Boy, you're sure you won't use it all, are you?
You can't
got work to do, honey. And you...
It's our anniversary, and it's Halloween. That doesn't indicate the need for... What, strong?
It's just very different taste after my I wasn't really prepared for it.
She's right. You have to go downstairs now, just for
That was a face and a half.
There it is.
Then we can all leave.
Lucky there was nobody watching to see that.
Yes.
It's because we're doing the late one. Everyone's busy. It's Halloween. Everybody tends to be on foot. Put on your pillows.
Except that there's a pillow next to you.
Yeah, but that pillow has shit on it because we had to clean up all of it.
Yeah, we
behind.
need spooky stuff.
Exactly.
I forgot I had all this before. No, all of it, but like half of this Louise's.
It's all part of the community Halloween box that we have.
Because
Normally every year we do a big Halloween shindig.
I know
But the last couple of years we haven't because
life.
Well, we did a pretty okay one last year, I guess, because we got married. So
Yeah, maybe that was gonna say. Oh, Louise sent me a picture of like a Snapchat of her. She'd done it like a skeleton face.
Yeah.
And I was like, I haven't done anything.
You have now?
Yeah. I was like, I have costumes. I'm pretty sure I brought a few costumes last year. Is that not the truck they need, or is that his truck?
I believe that is the truck.
Make sure you don't set on fire.
I know, right? God damn it.
Oh, he's on fire.
You set a zombie on fire, what do you get? You get a flaming zombie.
Go ahead, go on.
Whoops.
I'm going with him.
Get back in the cellar.
I'm going.
It's too late. It's too late.
You dickhead. You regret your decision now, don't you?
In the head! In the head! Destroy the brain! Destroy the ghoul! Uh-oh.
You're in trouble.
No! No!
My tummy's on fire.
I'm burning up!
Why wouldn't you just try and set them all on fire?
Because there's too many of them.
Like,
That
you've
is
got the thing
too
out,
many
like-
of them. Quickly, quickly!
You got a bit of time.
Come on! This key won't work. Watch out. Watch the torch!
Oh no!
Gotta get away from the pump!
Dumb goof, son.
Hang on! Tom! Tom, you're crazy! Get out of the truck!
Is the truck gonna go boom? Are they gonna go boom?
Get out! Get out of the truck!
They're gonna go boom! You silly guys.
Let's get out of here! Come on, come on!
My jacket's gone.
Oh no! They went boom.
They went kaboomski.
Oh. Well, I suppose at least they died together. Wait, does that mean they're gonna come back as zombies?
Pretty sure they might have been incinerated. I don't know though. That's a good question.
But I mean, they could. Jeremy
But-
Kelly's supposed to
Actually, I think I think technically they would because their brains are still probably not so.
I suppose it
destroyed.
depends
Hmm.
how long the fire goes for and how hot it was and all that. Before
Well, they might
get
come
turned
back
to
as a
ashes.
zombie and then they'll die immediately from being burned, perhaps.
Maybe.
That is a good question, though. So there's a guy who did the special effects, like all the gore and stuff in the second one, Dawn of the Dead. In the 90s, he actually remade this movie. The special effects guy from the second one.
Let me back in. Did they not let him in?
You
dickhead.
motherfucker.
Let him in. Jerk.
So much for that plan.
Utter jerk.
Goddamn son of a bitch.
Just say I'm sorry, I panicked. But that's all you have to do.
No, fuck that. Just beat the shit out of him, motherfucker.
Okay, I think he's had enough now. He's a jerk. But come on.
Oh no, they're just feasting on them. They've probably been torn to pieces.
I'm gonna take a hand, you can take a forearm.
I got dibs on the butt. It's cooked too.
Oh, I've got the intestines.
Yummo. Give me! I want the intestines. No, mine! You can't has.
Well, that answers that question of them coming back.
Yeah, okay. They're gone ski.
pretty intact hand.
Maybe it was shielded from the blast by, I don't know, let's say Mo.
The poor guy needs to sleep.
Yeah.
I suppose it's probably still in the same night.
Yeah, it's
still,
one night.
He still needs
It
to
is
sleep.
the night of the living dead, not many nights. You know.
There's supposed to be another broadcast at 3 o'clock.
10 minutes.
Oh, only 10 more minutes? You don't have very long to wait. We can leave.
She's bonkers.
We better leave soon. It's 10 minutes to 3.
Shoot her and throw her out of the misery.
You know anything about this area at all? I mean, is Willard the nearest town?
I don't know. We were just trying to get to a motel before dark.
You say those things turned your car over. You think we can get it back on its wheels and drive it? Where is it?
Seems like it was pretty far away. Seems like we ran.
Forget it. It's at least a mile.
Johnny has the keys.
You gonna carry that child a mile through that army of things out there?
I can carry the kid. What's wrong with her? How'd she get hurt?
One of those things grabbed her.
Bit her on the arm.
What's wrong?
Who knows what kind of disease those things carry? Is she conscious?
Barely.
She can't walk. She's too weak.
Well, one of us could try to get to the car.
Right?
You gonna
Not yet,
turn over
anyway.
by yourself?
She got bitten. She's gonna die. She's gonna turn into a zombie.
Johnny has the
Yes,
keys.
but she's not a zombie yet. She's basically pre-zombie.
You have a car? Where? Where is it?
You won't be able to start it.
Yeah, I know. But where is it?
They have a butt. Zombie butt.
Good Lord.
I just wanted to show you my dins.
Do you want some?
You might want
Monitored
some
closely
too.
by scientists at all the radiation detection stations. At this hour, they report the level of the mysterious radiation continues to increase steadily. So long as this situation remains, government spokesmen warn that dead bodies will continue to be transformed into the flesh-eating ghouls. All persons who die during this
Mamma
crisis,
mia.
from whatever cause, will come back to life to seek human victims unless their bodies are first disposed of by cremation. Our news cameras have just returned from covering such a search and destroy operation against the ghouls, this one conducted by Sheriff Conan McClellan in Butler County, Pennsylvania. So now let's go to that film report. All law
So what do you think
enforcement
of the movie
agencies
so far?
and the military have been organized to search out
Zombie
and
movie?
destroy
Huh?
the marauding
Zombie
ghouls.
movie?
Survival
People
Command
are
Center
dying.
at the Pentagon
People are stupid.
has disclosed that a ghoul
People are
can
panicking.
be killed
It's the
by a
original.
shot in the head or a heavy blow to
Every
the
time you
skull.
see a zombie movie, you see people doing stupid shit.
Explaining that since
It's
the
the
brain of the
original.
ghoul has been activated by the radiation, the plan is kill the brain and you kill the ghoul.
Anything from the supply wagon, Gus?
Kill the brain.
No, we're all right.
Kill the ghoul.
Hey, Gus, put that thing all the way in the fire. We don't want it getting up again. All right, I got you.
Chief McClellan, how's everything going?
Oh, things aren't going too bad. Men are taking it
So
pretty
the
good.
fifth movie in the series is actually one that runs concurrent with this one. And it's a found footage film about some guys who are walking around with a camera
Last three we caught trying to claw their way into
trying to get away from the zombies.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a point in that movie where a bunch of soldiers come and raid all their stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And the next movie's about those soldiers.
Oh, okay.
It's a pretty fun series, really.
If I were surrounded by 6 or 8 of these things, would I stand a chance with them?
Well, there's no problem. If you had a gun, shoot him in
No.
the head. That's a sure way to kill him. If you don't, get yourself a club or a torch. Beat him or burn him. They go up pretty easy.
Well, Chief McClellan, how
Beat 'em
long do
or
you think
burn
it
'em.
will take you until you get the situation under control?
Well, that's pretty hard to say. We don't know how many of them there are. We know when we
Yeah,
find them, we
beat them,
can kill
burn
them.
them, or blow their brains out.
Are they slow-moving, Chief?
Yeah, they're dead. They're all messed up.
Well, in time, would
Yeah,
you say you
they're
ought to be able
dead.
to wrap this up in 24 hours?
Well, We don't really know. We know we'll be into it most of the night, probably into the early morning. We're working our way toward Willard, and we'll team up with the National Guard over there, and then we'll be able to give a more definite view.
Thank you very much, Chief McClellan. This is Bill Cardill, WIC TV
Thanks,
11 News.
Chief McCollum.
I want a game where you play one, like, in one of these hunting squads. Oh, you know the guy from The Mentalist?
Hmm.
He's in one of the movies in this series.
Oh, is he?
Yeah, he's in the fourth one. Simon Baker is the main guy in the fourth one. Along with Dennis Hopper, who plays one of the main, sort of, I guess, bad guys? And did you ever see the Super Mario Bros. Movie? The live action one?
No, very, very, very long time ago.
Well, the guy who plays Luigi, and that's in it too.
Get that gun.
Haven't you had enough?
What? 2 people are dead already on account of that guy. Take a look out that window.
He didn't make him drive away in a van that was on fire.
It's a cool thing that kind of happens over the course of these movies. The zombies gradually gain more of their humanity back. And in the fourth one, which is, I guess, technically the last one in terms of continuity, like, if you watch them all in order that they happen in the actual timeline, they learn how, like, they go into the cities and they watch them all walking around and they, like, try to get jobs and stuff, and they're, like, trying to fill up cars even though they're zombies. They're just like,
Smash.
Smashy, smashy. Help us! Help us! Do something.
How is it that your wife is doing something and you're not?
Because he's a coward. To be perfectly honest with you,
He's just a moron.
what I would probably end up doing is going down to the basement. I'll be like, I think they're getting in at this point.
Go ahead. Go ahead. You want to stay up here now? Helen, get the cellar. Get the cellar now. Move!
No. Well, he can't come back as a zombie, can he?
Technically, yes. You're actually right. Even though he was not bitten, yes, by the rules of this universe, he would come back as a zombie. It's something a lot of people forget about these movies, that you've actually paid attention to the rules. But, yeah. There's a scene in the fourth one where a guy hangs himself, and then they have to be careful with the body because he's going to come back to life.
Look, he doesn't have a hold on you that hard. Like, run away. Oh, she's actually doing something.
Karen? Oh, baby.
You have to smash your baby's head in. No, she's just gonna let her daughter eat him. Okay.
To be fair, you'd be pretty distraught knowing that that's what's happened to your daughter. Everything has clearly gone to shit here. More at 11!
seen him for a long time.
Yeah, I think Romero liked his sort of uncomfortably long shots. Hence why the start is just a car driving down the road calmly.
Bye.
It was bound to happen eventually.
Yeah. Oh wait, does he get killed too?
Oh look, it's the OG.
You're in trouble now.
Hey, I'm hungry.
Wait, but aren't the other two down there gonna come back as zombies too?
Yeah,
Or don't they?
Not sure I recall specifically if he deals with them or not. Whether he has to or not. I don't really remember. Bash it. The stupid guy who got shot did say it's only a matter of time.
He did.
So technically he was right. Technically. He was still a dick though. He does. There we go.
Shoot the brain.
Kill the ghoul.
You're so close. How are you missing?
I don't think he's missing. I think he's just like, fuck you, motherfucker, kind of deal.
Don't forget the wife.
Well, maybe one of those shots was meant for her. Who knows? Yep, there she is.
This guy's like, God damn. Oh, stupid people. I just give up and leave.
You'd think so. And the night turns to day. Well, actually, night technically turns to dawn. Because the next movie is Dawn of the Dead. Then it's Day of the Dead. You should watch Dawn of the Dead sometime. It's basically a similar concept, except instead of being in a house, they're in a shopping mall. It's pretty fun. You might have seen the 2004 remake. Which I was obsessed with when it came out. That Disturbed song down with Sickness in it.
Oh,
Hey, Vince, Al, you want to get about 4 or 5 men and a couple dogs? There's a house over here behind those trees. We want to go check it out. Right, you still here, Bill?
Yeah, Chief, we're going to stay with it till we meet up with the National Guard.
Where'd you get the coffee?
One of the volunteers, you're doing all the work, you take it.
Thank you. We should be wrapped up here about 3 or 4 more hours. We'll probably get into Willard then. I guess you can go over there and meet the National Guard. Nick, you and the rest of these men want to come with me?
Well, Bill, I'm going to check in the office, see what's happening. All right, Steve, tell them we're going to stay with it and...
Yeah, Dawn of the Dead kind of happens. It starts during the night, when everything's going to hell. And then you kind of see as the day plays out, over the first like 20-30 minutes, maybe even 40 of the film, they're like in a helicopter flying over, so you see all these people doing their shootings. The mass hunts. It's really cool how they tie it all in together.
It's a good sign, man.
They need you down there by the barn. Some of you guys can follow the wagon down. I only need a few men to check out the house. Somebody had a cook out here, Vince.
Yeah, it sure looks like it, Cal.
Someone called the ambulance. It's a good thing America has so many more bullets than it does people. Huh? Man, he flopped.
Nick, Tony, Steve, you want to get out in that field and build me a bonfire?
You can burn them all.
Burn them all. Burn them all.
You, drag that out of here and throw it on the fire. Nothing down here. All right, go ahead down and give him a hand. Let's go check out the house.
There's something there. I heard a noise.
All right, Vince, hit him in the head, right between the eyes.
He was a person.
Let's go get
I
him.
didn't
That's
know
another
that.
one for the fire.
Have they seen a zombie hold a gun? He did all that and then he dies.
Yeah? To be fair, he was wrong. The cellar was the safest place.
Yeah, true.
But at the same time, you have to consider that if they had gone down to the basement, the young girl would become a zombie, and there's no way the parents would have let them kill the girl.
Yeah. The end.
What do you think? That's one of my favourites. I have to spark him in the brain. Thanks for your service, Frank Doak.
Ooh.
Okay, ouch. Down at my feet.
I won't be able to kill over.
Yeah, for a movie that was made in the late 60s. Oh look, there's the original zombie too. Made in the 60s on a pretty small budget. Considering that, it did create a bit of a phenomenon. Phenomenon.
You can't really see the...
Huh?
I don't think you could see the thingy in there. You can't really see
the house.
Yeah. You can kind of see like it's lit up, but...
Oh well. It was cool. It was a cool idea in theory. Anyway, that's it from us. We had 0 viewers pretty much the whole time except for you.
Woo!
So anyone who does watch will be watching on YouTube. So here's to the YouTube people. And until
enjoy
next
the
time.
movie.
Yeah.
And happy Halloween.
Happy spoopy ween.